So for breakfast on this morning, I decided to have a English muffin with some cream cheese, and then I just sprinkled some tahini on the top of it. These are the English muffins that I used. I don't particularly like the whole grain, so I just try to get the high fiber one to get some type of nutrient in my bread. And then this is the cream cheese that I used. This one has 1/3 less fat, which I always try to get so that it's not as high in fat. And then every morning I've been trying to have green tea because green tea has great benefits. And then this is just the green tea that I used. I picked this one up from Aldi because it's nice and cheap, but it just gets the job done. For lunch, I decided to just reheat some pasta that I had the night before. I topped it off with some red pepper flakes and some Parmesan cheese. And then right here is the pasta sauce that I used. I usually just buy this in bulk from Costco, and it also just so happens that it comes in organic. For dinner, I decided to make a crock pot chili. So here, what you see in the crock pot is some cooked ground turkey, some diced onions, and a green pepper. I used a whole onion and a whole green pepper, and then I just browned the turkey meat, and then I just threw it all into the crock pot. So for the additional stuff, I decided to use 1 can of black beans, 1 can of red kidney beans, and then also 1 can of pinto beans. And then for the sauce part, I decided to use 2 small V8 tomato vegetable juice cans. And then I also added a can of this diced tomatoes and green chilies. I got this from Aldi, and this added kind of a little bit of spiciness to it. And then this was the only other can of tomatoes that I had, which was just a can of crushed tomatoes. And I just combined all of this into the crock pot, mixed it all together so that the beans were kind of just all dispersed throughout it. And then the last thing to do was just season the chili. When it comes to seasoning your chili, it's kind of all up to personal preference. I personally just used some onion powder, some ground cumin, some pepper, some cayenne pepper, and then some of this fajita seasoning mix. Once you've added everything to your crock pot, you just want to put it on high for 4 hours, or you can put it on low for 8 hours. And after 4 hours, this is what it looked like. As you can see, everything kind of cooked down, everything started cooking together. And for me, it turned out exactly how I wanted to. It was a little bit spicy, which is what I wanted it to be. And this is kind of just how I plated it. I just put the chili on the bottom, and I also made some rice. And then I just topped it off with some dollops of sour cream and some shredded cheese. And then this is, again, just what it finally looked like.